New Squonker. Yeah. Hey guys, Vick here, back with another review. Today we are looking at this. The Dpro RDA from CoilArt, CoilArt. What is it? It's a 24mm wide RDA that comes with a normal pin and a squonking pin, and I would say that it's very much ideally designed for squonking. It's part of this new range. A lot of companies now doing squonking RDAs, and a lot of them doing them in the image of the Narda. This is what I would like to call a Narda-like. You know, it's part of a whole line. There's the Gorge, there's the Wasp Nano, Hadley. There's loads of RDAs now that are sort of, they've borrowed ideas and they've been inspired by the Narda, and this is another one. So this has got, it's a single coil RDA, and it has the airflow passing through the two posts here. It's a postless deck as well. You put your coils downwards and you tie them up on the side, and like I say, it does lend itself very, very well to squonking. It's actually got some nice benefits over the previously mentioned RDAs that I've just said. It actually has a lot of room for cotton. The cotton goes in a way that does aid the flavour. It keeps a nice small chamber in there, but it does allow you to really give it a good swonk and fill up those two massive bushes of cotton. So it does have that. There's a few little things I wish it did have. It's available in stainless steel, black and Ultim. I'll show you the Ultim one down low, but I've had a bit of trouble with the Ultim one, which I'll talk about down low as well. But it does have a couple of things I think it's just missing. And so we'll talk about those a little bit as well when we come back up top. But first, let's go down and have a look at this little thing. See you in a sec. Okay guys, here we are down low with the Dpro RDA from CoilArt. This is the packaging, 24mm diameter, it does say there. You can see the gold plated deck, all that sort of stuff, authenticity and all that. Opening her up, got the box here. You get an Allen key, and you get some really funky coils actually as well. Very nice coils indeed. This is the standard pin, have the squonk pin in place, and you get some spares as well. So this is the RDA. I have my own drip tip on here. This is the Ultim version of this RDA. Now mine's completely locked up, it's completely jammed. I can't get this top cap off this RDA. I've tried everything. I've genuinely tried everything and I can't get it off, and it's absolutely stuck on. But this is the drip tip that you get. But this is what the Ultim one looks like. I think it's just mine. I think it's just a freak incident. The O-ring seems to have got a bit snagged and it's completely stuck on. But there you go. That is the Ultim one. Back to this one. So I've put my own goon tip on, but it does fit goon tips nice and perfectly, as you can see, which is really good. You've got your airflow here and here. There's no one hole option, so you just need to close these down, and as you can see, I've got my squonk pin on there, Dpro designed by CoilArt underneath, and it's looking like that. If we attach it to this very quickly, we can take the top cap out. As you can see, this is the barrel. It's not super, not super low profile by any means. But the flavour is very, very good. It's all nicely domed. You can see it's very well machined. If we take this off here now, chuck it around, pop it back up here, and we can see what we've got going on here. So, postless deck, a completely postless deck. You slide your coils down the holes, and then you use these Allen keys to tighten them up. You can see the airflow is coming in here and coming out there and pointing right at your coils, and you can see how I've wicked it up here as well. Basically, you know, you just create a bed of cotton on each side, and that helps to keep it a nice closed chamber and helps with the flavour, as well as making it, you know, very, very easy wicking wise as well. So, you know, when you squonk it, you know, you can fill up all of that cotton with lovely juice, and it all feeds the coil. Sliding around there like that, and you can see all the way around it. Very nicely machined, gold plated deck, 24mm wide, and yeah, absolute piece of cake. Just drop those coils in those holes and you're absolutely laughing. Put it back together to line them up like that, and we are back together, and that's what it looks like. Let's go back up top for some pros and cons. Okay guys, that was the Dpro RDA from CoilArt down low. Interesting piece. It's a shame about that Ultim one. I'm sure it's just mine. I'm sure the O-rings have just got all knotted and, you know, slightly rolled on the thing. I've seen pictures of people using the Ultim one and reviews of the Ultim one, so everyone else's is fine. It's just mine has gone a bit funky. I'll need to crowbar it off. But that's a thing. It's nice that there's that option for an Ultim one if that's your style. I'm enjoying this one with the goon tip on top. Nice little custom goon tip that I've got, and yeah, I'm enjoying the stainless steel one. Now, in terms of negatives and things to think about and stuff before making this purchase, there's a few things I wish it could have done. Now, if you look at the barrel, there's 2 holes on each side. There's no 1 hole option. Now, if they'd have placed a hole on this side here and a little tag, a little raised up tag on this side to block the other hole, you could have used this in 1 hole mode, and I think a lot of squonkers would have liked that option. You know, it is a single coil. Not everyone is going to need both air holes open. In terms of closing it down, you certainly can close it down like this, but with there being 2 holes, it's still, you know, it's still lungy. A restricted lung is about as far as you can go with that. So it does depend on how you squonk, how you vape, but yeah, I think the 1 hole option would have been cool. Just an extra hole around the back and a little tag to block the other one. I think that would have been a cool option. I don't know, throwing it out there. Obviously, a slight negative has to be given to what's happened to my Ultim one. It's just locked up. I just cannot get it off. The O-rings seem to have rolled a bit, and yeah, it's literally just stuck right on. Another slight one to bear in mind is the Ultim drip tip. Comes with an Ultim drip tip, so if you don't have a wide range of goon tips, it literally only comes with an Ultim one. I'd like to see an Ultim and a black drip tip. Not everyone rocks this Ultim. There's not many mods that match it. I don't know if that should be the standard drip tip, but it's really cool that it does fit goon tips. The final thing, in terms of, I mean, technically you could squeeze in 2 coils with this, so I'm calling it a single coil RDA. That's how I regard it. If you're looking for a dual coil, I think there are other options out there. The Vaporous RDA from Watofo is a big option for a squonky 24mm dual coil RDA. I think this is far more suited to single, but technically you could get another coil in there because there are the requisite holes to put your leads down. The only other thing I would possibly say as a potential negative, a slight quirk on this, is the way that you wick it and the way that it squonks. When you push that juice up, there's no natural flow for it to go. It's like, you know, you're squeezing the juice up onto a plate, and so a lot of it gets pulled back down, so you really need to give it a good squonk. Obviously as well, because of the amount of cotton you're sticking in there, it's quite against what you'd normally do when you with a squonky and RDA. You don't really need much cotton usually, but this really does aid it to wick it like this. So you've really got to give it a good squonk when you're squonking it. But overall, I think it's fantastic. I genuinely think it is. I think it's my favourite single coil squonking RDA, certainly in the budget category. People will say there's the Gorge and the Wasp Nano, and they are very similar, but I really like the postless thing on this. I really like the goon tips. I don't really like the way the Wasp Nano is all 1 cap. So I really like this Vick Squonk tips. I really like the postless deck system, and I think it vapes really, really nice. Another nice thing is the airflow is quite smooth. Flavour's very good. I really like the amount of air it has, easy to build on, easy to wick. I think it squonks very well. I'm really enjoying this RDA. I think it's really well done, really well put together. In true CoilArt style, it has borrowed ideas from the Nada, from the Gorge, from the Wasp, all those things, you know, and that is just the way that they do it. But it stands alone, in my opinion, as a very nice thing, a very nice RDA. Highly recommend it if you're looking for a budget squonking RDA. In normal vaping mode, it's alright, it's fine, but I think it really comes into its own as a squonking RDA. I think it's fantastic, so check it out. I've been Vick, and I'll see you again soon.